Dana Lewis now, who joins us live from London. Hi, Dana. Good to see you. You know, polls always have to be taken with a grain of salt. We know that. But some polls in Russia are saying that President Putin's popularity has taken a huge hit off the back of the coronavirus response. Would you believe those numbers?
Well, I think, taking a huge hit, you've seen some of the polling numbers that originally went from 69% down to 63%. So, I mean, this is a president who has still got, a stranglehold on power in Russia and is very much still in charge. But I think that, first of all, you've seen his prime minister go down with the virus and have to go to hospital. You've now seen the mayor, Sobyanin of Moscow, where you have 12.5 million people come out and say that the pandemic was vastly underestimated in Russia. I mean, he himself has been critical. He warned the Kremlin that they had to take it much more seriously. And then as you're seeing these numbers jump by 10,000 per day, Andrea, he has said that as many as 2% of his city may have the virus. So that's why the official numbers certainly don't chime with that. I mean, he's suggesting that there may be 250,000 people in Moscow alone that have this virus, and it is spreading and it is getting worse. And even President Putin has said that the most difficult days lie ahead. Oil prices are plunging. The economy is being strangled. A lot of businesses are simply on the verge of going out of business, period. I know people that are locked in their apartments in Moscow. They're tiring of this, but at the same time, they're all under electronic surveillance. They can't go out. And here's what's interesting. A lot of people living inside Russia say, when you take a look at the internet there is a lot of digital traffic and chatter now attacking the Kremlin, making fun of President Putin and his prime minister. So the mood there is changing rapidly.
Okay. Tell me this, though. I mean, if Russia were, for example, to get to the numbers, of the United States, from what you know about Russia's health infrastructure, do you think they have a system that could handle that kind of crisis level like the U.S.?
I don't think they can handle it now. I don't think you're getting real numbers of the dead and dying there. I've been in those hospitals. I've done many, many stories in them where, cats are brushing by my leg in the ICU, and the conditions are dismal. And we are hearing of hospitals inside of Russia that investigative sites on the internet have said that they've actually locked down the doctors inside who are sick as well, and they're still trying to treat those patients. And there are some horrible scenes being painted inside the hospital. No, I don't think it can get much worse in hospitals, but it will.
Quite a different picture you're painting compared to the reporter we were just speaking to. It's so interesting. But tell us, I mean, how do you think then this could all affect, his efforts to change the Constitution and extend, his grip on power via that legislation?
I was talking to the former Prime Minister Kasyanov the other day on the telephone, who I'm always in touch with, and he had come back from Europe. He himself was quarantined for 14 days. I mean, he said that, look, this is the strong KGB Colonel Putin suddenly looking very weak, looking like milquetoast on some of the national broadcasts, looking disengaged. He has had to put off the constitutional changes from the referendum that they were going to hold on April the 22nd. He has now had to delay this great victory parade, which would have featured him looking proud over the victorious troops as they paraded across the Red Square, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Great Patriotic War, the defeat of Germany. I think they're on their heels, and they are trying to regain momentum somehow and trying to figure out how to navigate this. But he can't blame the West this time. He can't blame America. And they even tried on television to blame the United Kingdom, suggesting that they had put something in Wuhan in retaliation for Salisbury. I mean, they treated it very lightly in the beginning. So I think the responsibility for this is swinging his way, and I think they just don't have a strategy right now how to handle it on their programmed, censored television networks.
Okay, Dana Lewis, great to have you. Thanks so much for that. Live from London.